lively, lively, and action.
Action! Hey guys, it's Mike from Beer Don't Lie. Today I got an interesting unboxing, and I started to open it because I got super excited. So this is how I open packages now. I just like open with my teeth or something. But so we're gonna get into this, and this is gonna be possibly a long video, but I'm just gonna open it first, show you guys what it is, and then we'll go to the next scene of me showing it off more. What it is a gimbal setup called Smove, and I'm guessing that this is just the box with inside the box. Here we go. So they did a lot of packaging for this, but that's it right there. Smove Pro. So it's just a stabilizer gimbal, and it works on like iOS and Android, but it also works with GoPro cameras, which is one of the reasons why I liked it. I saw it on Indiegogo. I put towards it. They have two different ones. They have a Smove and a Smove Pro. The regular Smove is just a 2 axes. This is a 3 axes. And once I saw that this could do the GoPro, I was definitely on board for this. So on this one, it is it's still on Indiegogo right now, and it's shipping out now. I do have to charge the battery before I can use it, but I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like right out of the box before I do anything. So that is it right there, guys. It's already set up to use like the camera. Let's just get it out of here and look at it. Ooh, it's hot. It's been sitting in my mailbox for a while. So that's it right there. I got to set it up and get it all orientated and everything that I got to do to it. But I mean, it's got a really good weight, like right off the bat. Like it's not chintzy feeling or anything like that. That's one of the things I was worried about, is that it was going to feel kind of plasticky, but it's actually all metal parts. It's got a nice rubberized handle for grip. And again, this is for your phone. And then it has this attachment, whoops, for the actual GoPro. So that's it right there. And then this piece just somehow goes in there. I'm going to have to read all the instructions and everything like that to figure out how it works. But it's very cool already. I'm very excited to use it. It does have a tripod connection, so you can put it up there and use it like that, which I'm definitely going to be doing. So I'm like super excited to try this out. But I know the first thing I got to do. Oh, and it has a ballast as well for bigger cameras, so you can weigh it or do the weight. So the first thing I know I got to do is I got to charge it first. I'm not sure how long I need to charge it for. I mean, probably for like a good 8 hours or something like that. It just says charge prior to use. Please charge your unit fully prior to using the Smove Pro because it is shipped out from the manufacturer at half the battery capacity. And then it tells you how to insert all this other stuff and all the different gadgets on it. So, I mean, we'll be going over this shortly, but let me go charge the battery, and then I'll be right back. All right. All right, guys. So I have charged my Smove Pro, put it back in the box just for effect. But after I got it, I took it out, I charged the battery, because they say you need to charge it before you use it. It only comes with a half charge. So I did put it up to my laptop and charged it. It took about 2 hours or so to get it up to full charge. And after that, I did play with it for a minute just to make sure everything was working right. But then I put it back in the box so I can show you guys, do the open box again, and then just go over the manual real quick, show you a little bit about it, and then I'll be adding some footage in of me actually using it and everything. So let's just get back into it, and then so I'll show you. So when you first get it, it comes all in plastic and everything like that. So I mean, how you see it now is definitely not how it's going to come. But the only thing that you didn't see in that box was the GoPro adapter. I've already put one of my GoPros on it to try and use it. But we'll get into that in a minute. So without further ado, let's just get into the actual item. And this is it right here. So of course it's turned off. And spins around, has all the different axes and stuff like that. And it's really decent build. I mean, it's one of the first things that you look at when you pull it out of the box. I mean, it's all like cast aluminum construction, or it could be milled, but it's definitely got some sort of powder coat on it. But it's really nicely made. Like, I mean, I can tell that there's been some effort to make sure that it was decently made. So some of the people that were wanting to get one and said it was taking a long time for theirs to come, like, I mean, it's one of those things, you know what, when you get it in your hands, you know why it took some more time. Like, I can't fault Smove for just taking that extra bit of time, making sure that it's the right product before it goes out to everyone. Now, the next thing you observe is that it does have a control panel right here on the front of the handle. You have your on-off switch, you have a joystick controller, and then you have portrait and landscape mode, and then you have a mode button, and then you have your record button for either taking pictures or starting and stopping video using the app. Now right now the app is only on Android and iOS. So unfortunately, I am a Windows user. I love my Windows phone. I'm really hoping that Smove will come out with a Windows app. I mean, Microsoft has the bridge for iOS, so I'm hoping that they can just take whatever they built for their iPhone and just build it over to Windows. That would be amazing. But before I get into too much stuff like that, those are just minor things. I do have an Android phone as well, so I will show it being used and show you the app and everything like that. But to get started off with, I'm gonna do something I really don't do that often, and actually use a manual. I think this thing has enough features and stuff like that that I need to pull up the manual and make sure that everything is done properly. So when you first get it, this is the manual. It's really nice. It's just a regular, just, you know, folded up kind of thing, accordion folded. It's not too special as far as like binded or whatever, but it does the job and it has basic information to get you started. So just to get in here, the first thing it talks about is a reminder: please install and use the Smove Pro in accordance to the way the user manual specifies. So you want to make sure it talks about like the serious warnings if you remove the battery to put it in back properly so you don't damage it. You got to charge prior to use. Insert your smartphone and camera prior to powering on. If you don't, it's going to get all crazy. It's going to go all loopy and everything like that. Best practices to achieve is to keep your movements gentle and smooth as possible. And when I was playing with it, I could say that that's probably a good recommendation, because when you go a little bit too fast, it does get a little choppy. Never switch the smartphone sports camera mode while it's on. That's just a little thing. I'll show it to you in a second. Do not use Smove Pro in any manner not indicated in this manual. I'm not sure what you're going to use it for other than what it's intended for, unless you use it to be a hammer, a moving hammer. I don't know what you do with it as far as other than a camera gimbal. You're solely responsible for all behavior, purchase, and the use of Smove Pro, or any Smove products. Smove is not affiliated or liable in the way you use Smove, Stablizer, or other Smove products. Responsible behavior. They're very much on you about being responsible. Please try to be a smooth operator. Alright. Now we're back up after my camera fell. smooth operation. Please try to be a smooth operator all times. I mean, they're very much wanting you to make sure they use this properly. Thank you, and on behalf of everyone who has worked so hard to make this a great product, a reality, thank you for your unwavering support and patience. May you enjoy your Smooth Pro and attain amazing results with it. So those are just like your reminders on what they want you to use it for. But then to start off with, you have your accessories list on what it comes with. It comes with the Smooth Pro, the Sports Action Camera Mount, a Counterweight, and then a micro USB. So I've already shown you the Smooth Pro, and then this little section right here is the sports camera attachment. Basically, it has a GoPro attachment, but that also can come off. I'm guessing if there's another brand of camera that would just attach straight to the hole, right, the screw hole right there, and then this attaches in place of the camera mount or the phone camera mount on the actual thing. It's a basic design. There's not much to it, and so I mean it's really simple to use. I mean there's not really anything you have to worry about. You just have to unscrew the other piece and screw it on here, and then it's ready to go. And then you have to make sure you change the switch, but that's not a big thing. Now the only thing right here is that I've seen people say that this has broken on theirs, this little piece that connects to the GoPro, and because this is cast aluminum as well, and so it doesn't really have any give to it right here. So when you tighten this down, you don't want to tighten it too much because you can break this. Now if I have that problem, what I'm probably gonna do is I have a lot of other GoPro accessories that have these little things. I may just cut one of those off and use the plastic one that comes from GoPro and just kind of like make it work with this, which might be just a hack just to put it together. And then you also have the Counterweight right here. It's got a really tiny screw like on it right there, and what it's meant for is to go right here on the opposite side of this right here, and it just screws on. I think you have to be just really careful because it is very fine threads, so you don't want to damage the threads. But once you get it going, it does go on fairly easy, and all it does is it makes sure if you have a heavier phone that's going to knock it that way, that it kind of just counterbalances. That's the only thing for it. But I haven't had a need to use this just yet, since I've only used my phone, which actually fits on here, and the GoPro that fits on here without having to adjust anything on here. But it may change, like with the GoPro, if I put like a microphone on it, or a light, like if I put like a ring light or something on a GoPro, maybe it might weigh it down a little more, or adding the LCD screen on the back of it or an extra battery in the back of it, and may make it heavy enough to require that. And then also your USB cable, and basically it's just a standard USB cable that you can get with any phone pretty much. So if you had another one or something like that, or lost this one, you could pretty much use whatever. So and then it shows you a diagram of the actual part of it, and then what each item is. So I mean, it's going to be kind of hard to see all these little numbers. Let's see if you can get that. So that's it right there. And it says you have an indicator light on the front of it. Let's see if I can point these out. You have two indicator lights right here and right here. They're just labeled as indicator LED 1 and LED 2. 3 is the power button. 4 is the control joystick. 5 is the mode button down here. 6 is the portrait and landscape mode. 7 is the video and photo button right there. So those are basically the buttons. I mean, there's not much else to it. It's very simple. It's not hard to know what you have to do here. Pretty much anybody can just pick this up and see there's a power button, see there's all these buttons, what you do. Turning it on it takes a couple buttons. You just don't press the power button, it instantly turns on. But it's just a side thing. So, and then the rest of the components, you have this right here. This is the tilt axis, so you can tilt it this way. You have the roll axis, which is this part right here. This is the roll axis. And then you have the pan axis, which is this part right here, which turns it like that. And then on this back side, you have the charging indicator, and then right here, this is the actual charging port. So now one of the things that I'm just going to say real quick is they have this charging port, but I know in the Smove 1 they actually made it so the original Smove was also a charger for your phone, so it was like a power bank. And this one doesn't have that feature, which I'm a little disappointed to say that it doesn't, because when it first came available, like to purchase on Indiegogo as a perk, it said power bank with the Smove Pro, and I don't know if it's something that they may be able to have a special cable to go from here to your phone, or what. I know when you're doing probably a lot of things, it might be a little awkward, but that was kind of like a real big plus side on this, is that it was also a power bank. And unfortunately, the Smove Pro is no longer a power bank. But that aside, we're going to get back into it. Let's see where. Okay, so then there's also the screw. This screw right here. This is what takes this piece off for your phone, and that's how you attach the GoPro attachment into that little section right there. It just fits right in there, and you just screw it on, and that takes the place of it. It's real simple to take off. I mean, it's just a regular screw, nothing really crazy about it. So, and then the next thing on the bottom, it has a 1/4" screw for like a tripod, so you can mount it on something like that and have it so it's hands free. And then also right here is the camera and the sports camera, or the phone and the sports camera button. Now this is just a little toggle switch. You basically just want, if you're on the phone, just put on the little phone icon. If you're on a GoPro or some other sports camera, put it on that. I'm guessing that just the firmware probably knows what kind of balance it needs to do to make up for the weight of that. So that's basically all the description of the Smove Pro. The name is Smove Pro BT dash whatever the number is. It does use Bluetooth 4.0 low energy, and it comes with a single cell 18650 battery, which is a 3.7 volt capacity of a 3400 milliamp. Now the other good thing about this, which I don't know if it doesn't say it in here, but if you wanted to have multiple batteries, you could definitely have some. The bottom screws off and the battery just slides out. And these are rechargeable batteries. So if you had another one that was a 3400 milliamp battery, with this you could get an external charger and have other batteries on standby if you're going to be doing a lot of filming and you just wanted to switch out the battery. And it's really simple to just switch it out. I mean, you saw me just take it out, put the battery in, put the battery back in. So that's a big plus for this one. The Smove original does not have that feature, but this one does, so that's really good. So also, if the battery stops taking a charge in the future, I'm sure it takes, hundreds and hundreds of charges, but if there is any time that it becomes damaged and won't recharge anymore or whatever, you can actually put a new battery in, and that's going to be a big plus for future stuff. It already talks about the sports camera bracket. I already mentioned that. It talks about the counterweight. I've already mentioned that. Now it talks about the working modes and the LED lights. So those LED 1 and LED 2 and the power on the back, it actually talks about what it is. It says indicator LED 1, which is the left one. That's the mode and the function. And then, so if it's flashing fast on a red light, that means it's got low voltage, and turn the power off after 5 seconds. If it's a green light on, the full follow mode is on, which is the default mode. Blue light on is the follow pan mode, and red light on is the full lock mode. Then it's got slow flashing blue is calibrating its processing, and a fast flashing blue light is calibration completed. Now, as far as like the calibration, that's also in here as well. I did have to calibrate mine. When I first charged it and put the phone in there, it did like power up, and it did put it almost in the exact location that it needed to be, but it was slightly off. And the other thing I noticed is that when I put it on full lock mode, it actually would turn. It just would keep turning very slowly. And then when I take it off lock mode, it would go back to where it was when I had started it in lock mode. So I thought that was interesting. And I thought it was first a flaw with the firmware. But then I decided, because the phone wasn't perfectly in line, I decided to do a calibration on it. And it solved all those problems after doing calibration. It's very easy to do the calibration. It's all in here. But we won't get into that just yet. But so the next thing is the indicator light 2. Green light is ready to power on. Green light flashes is powering on. Green light flashing once powered on is a low voltage. Green light flashing 2 times, the power is very good. Green light flashing 3 times, power is sufficient. And blue light on for 5 seconds is Bluetooth connected. Blue light flashing slowly for 5 seconds means Bluetooth is disconnected. So those are the things that you need to know when you're using it. Now, as far as it being connected to the app, these will be a lot easier to understand because it actually shows what you're wanting, what the LEDs are meaning on the app. But if you're using something like the GoPro or something like that that doesn't have the app, this is where that's going to be good to know that have that knowledge. Then it actually gives you the user guide on how to power it on and power it off. Let me go get my phone real quick. I do have 2 phones. One's a Windows phone, the other was an Android phone. They're the exact same size, almost the same weight. The Android phone's a little heavier, but not by much. So basically, to get it started, you want to put the phone in there, and you want to make sure that the camera side is on the further side away from the thing. Now, one thing to notice before I put this in is that these jaws do open up, and they open up really, really nicely. So you can easily put your phone in, and it's not gonna hurt the phone. It doesn't have a lot of pressure that it's like crushing it or something like that. But it works really good. So when I first put it in, it does line up, or it does want to line up just because of the weight of the phone and everything like that. So what you do is you press the button, the power button once, and then once it turns on, you're going to see a green light. So that green light means that it's ready to power on. Then you hold it down for 30 seconds. And when you hold it down, it then turns on. It adjusts itself, and then it's ready to shoot. So as you saw, I mean, it oriented itself, and it's very good. I mean, it's a very good product as far as easy to use. I haven't used other ones before, but just using this one, like, I feel very confident that I should have no problem using this at all. Now, one thing to show you real quick is you don't need the app to do this. If the phone is off, you can just see that it's off right now. If you use the joystick, basically you can turn it, you can tilt it, you know, you can do all these different things with it. So I mean, it works well without even having the app. So it's not something that you have to have the app for. And as far as my Windows phone, I don't have to have it. I really would like it just so I can have better control and do all the different functions with it and use it better. But getting into the app, it's real easy. You just want Smove Pro. You can find it on the Android store or I'm sure the Apple store. You'll want to connect to the device. You'll want to make sure that you connect your Bluetooth to it first before you want to connect to it. And then it comes up on a list. Right now it doesn't change the portrait mode in here. But so you can see that there's the device. We just click on it, and then it's going to want to connect. And so now you can see the camera in there. And then, I mean, that's basically what the app is. It doesn't have many features right now. I am hoping that they're going to be adding more features to it. Now, the only thing that I thought this was going to have was a follow feature, since it talks about follow. But the problem I've seen is it doesn't follow. Alright guys, this just in. Alright, so I was playing around with it a little more, and I restarted the app and reconnected it, and I was able to figure out the tracking. Now, so it has the little target thing on it. Now, one of the things that it was taking me a while was that it wasn't tracking my face or anything that I did. But when you have it on follow, you have to hit that little mark, which is what I thought from before. And then you drag the box around it, but I think I wasn't dragging the box big enough to go around my face. So now, like, when I move my face, it follows me. But I had to draw a box that actually covered my entire face. When I was making smaller boxes, it wasn't wanting to follow the smaller boxes, probably because it didn't know what it was trying to follow. But since I made the box around my face a lot bigger, it definitely follows me, which is very cool. And my wife is not into robots. She kind of doesn't like robots. She thinks it's creepy. And even though this isn't really a robot,
It's the beginning stages.
I don't know if you heard her, but she said it's the beginning stages. But it's still very, very cool. And I like it, and I think it has a lot of cool features. So kind of what I'm hoping is that I'll be using this some more. I'll be showing some different objects, things like that, and I'm very excited about this. So this was just to chime in. Just know that I did get it working. I did figure it out. Didn't have to contact Smooth, but I just had to make a big enough box for it to follow me. And now it's my little pet, and it's gonna follow me everywhere. Mm-hmm. But all right, guys. So that was it, and it does follow other objects as well. If I put this mug up on the thing, hold on, let me see if I can make a box around it. So I put that in the box, and now it's following the mug. It has problems though when it goes from a white mug to a white wall. So there are a few issues. You want it to definitely contrast with the thing. So once I put my face in that box, like, what? Once I put my face back in the box, it definitely registers me. So when I put the mug in the box, that white wall was wanting to do me right now. But once I re-register for the mug, but it did track the mug, so that is a good thing to know. But since it does follow, and it follows up and down, so if you want to get my beard in there, if you want to get the top of my head. So it's very cool. I'm excited to use it, but this was just to chime in after the video. And I mean, you can still control it, all the stuff. Oh, you just have to turn off the tracking, and then you can play with the joystick again and do it like that. So that is very cool. I like that. Hopefully Smooth will make one for Windows Phone. Please do. Right there, Windows. Really hoping for it. And again, so I mean, that's the main overview of it. There's a few other things, but I've kind of already gone over them that are in there. It talks about it talks about the screw thread. I mean, I've already gone over that. There is firmware updating. You just got to go to update on the app and just click on update, and it will download the information already for you. The only other thing that I haven't shown you is how to calibrate it. After you turn it on, you press and hold this button, and it's going to turn off. So you'll see the camera just kind of drop. Okay? So it's off, but you do have a blinking light here showing that it's in calibration mode. So what you want to do is you want to have a flat surface, and you want to do it, you want to just put it down so it's flat, but just try and hold it as best as you can so it doesn't tilt. and then you press the portrait mode again. And what it's going to do is the blue light's going to flash slowly, and when it's completely calibrated, it's going to flash really, really fast. So we're just going to press it. It's slowly flashing. Now it's flashing really fast. Now it probably did it really quickly because I already had it calibrated. So it probably didn't take much to do it. Then all you have to do is just turn it off. So you'll want to press the power button once, and then press and hold it down. And then you'll see the blue light turn off. Alright, so now it's completely off and it's calibrated. So now if you had any issues with the the controls, or if it was like tilted like this and doing the video, that's the calibration is going to fix that. And then all you have to do is press the power button once. You'll see the green light go on, and then hold it for 30 seconds, and then it will adjust to where it needs to be, just like that, and then you're ready to go. And it's ready to move around, and it's all good now. So that's the video on the actual item itself. I'm going to be doing some videos on the actual filming of it soon. But I mean, I'm not going to do it in this video, so just go to my next video to see about that actual video. So, but if you guys have any questions on it at all and want a user's opinion on it, definitely let me know. Again, this is a brand new company. This has only been out for basically starting the month of June or mid-June, and they just released this one. It's been on sale on Indiegogo since about January for the Pro, and since November for the original. Now I haven't used the original one. This is the only one I have. I did originally plan on ordering the original one, but once this one came available, I was way more interested in this one. Who knows, maybe in the future I'll get the original one also, just to see how it compares and do a side-by-side and show you guys. But for now, this is what I got. And again, if you guys are Smooth, you're watching this video and you want to try and do a Windows version of it, let me know. I'll test it out for you. I'll be more than willing to do that, because I'm an avid Microsoft Windows Phone fan. I love this phone. And when I was playing around with the video on it, like, the camera on this is a lot nicer for me, so I'd really prefer to use that one. But I do have this Android one, so if I have to use it, I can, but I'd prefer to use that one. So if you guys are willing to do it, let me know. Reach out to me, and I will definitely test it out for you and let you know what I think. But anyways, guys, so this is the overview of the Smooth Pro. If you guys are interested, definitely check it out. It's getsmooth.com. It just goes to their Indiegogo, I think, right now. If you're interested in the Pro, right now on Indiegogo, I think it's $190 plus shipping. I mean, they had, when you first got into it, it was a whole lot cheaper as the early birds and stuff like that, but for right now, it's $190 plus shipping. And I think they're trying to say that the retail, when it does go to stores, is going to be about $300 on it. So it's going to be in the market as far as with the rest of them, like the DJI and a few of the other ones. But anyways, guys, so I'm very excited to use it. It's going to be one of my new toys to play around with, do some video, do some walking, do a whole bunch of different things. So I'm very excited with it. And again, if you like my videos, let me know how I'm doing. Leave me a comment below and subscribe to my channel. See some more of my videos. I do other unboxings as well. If there's something that you want to see or have a question about, definitely let me know. You can check out my other channels for my business. It's Signworks, and it's Signworks NC as the channel, and there's also Mustar Designs. And also my wife and I are starting another channel as well that we're hoping to have up very soon with a whole bunch of videos, so you can follow us on there. And we'll be doing just random daily fun videos about just my wife and I. So anyways, guys, if you like it, go check it out for yourself. Let me know how I'm doing, and I'll talk to you guys later. All right.